Hey Debs RC family, today we're going to go through my Hot Buddies D819 from JBRL series that we just ran at Thunder Alley Raceway. Today I'm going to be going through like differentials, see if I need to rebuild them or how I go about rebuilding my differentials, and then going through my shocks, checking out, make sure I don't need to rebuild my shocks, checking just everything, going through general maintenance, cleaning, and maintenance and stuff that I do before and after every race that I do. It's just to have a good, nice, clean, smooth car prior to going to the track and stuff, and making sure your stuff is up to par and running really good and smooth. So let's get to it. Also, I'm going to be showing you my results for the last JBRL. I did not do as good as I planned on doing. Like last race I ran with DNC, so I was pretty much going out there for car prep, getting myself back used to my depth perception on the track, because the track is pretty big and stuff like that. I ended up qualifying in the C main, and I ended up not being able to bump out of C main. There's a lot of fast guys out there, and then not being able to keep up with the pace. But this past race helped me out a lot with the car and stuff. So alright, now that I have my buggy torn apart, so pretty much what I do is I take out my motor, my gas tank, and then I take out the radio tray as well. See, as you can tell, here's the gas tank, radio tray, motor, and then I do take off the shocks, the rear and front. And then pretty much what I do is I go through the front, make sure the clutch is good, go through the clutch, make sure the clutch bearings are okay, clean all this off, clean off my filter, replace the filter, then check the plug, make sure the plug is still good. And then that's pretty much all the maintenance I do on my motor. That is a brand new motor. I'm still testing this out, so I really don't have much info to give you guys, other than it's very good, has really good bottom end, really good top end. I'm liking it so far. Now, radio tray, I had to replace this at the track. I use a carbon fiber stiffener. I like a stiff radio tray. I use RSX3's KO Pro powers, and then I picked up a ProTech switch, and then I'm running a ProTech battery as well in here with the transponder. Gas tank, I run the carbon fiber guard for the filter, try to keep as much dirt off of that as possible, and then fast race caps and honeycomb bladders in here. I had a bent rear shock, so I was having issues with my piston, so I had to go back to my backup set of shocks for the rear and for the race. But I will be doing some changes and going back to the fast race cap. I like the pack on them and they run really well. So generally now what you want to do is you want to go through and clean up your radio tray, clean up your tank, clean off your shocks, go through them, and then I pretty much pull these apart right here, pull these out, pull out my drive shafts and everything, clean everything up, pull out my pins, my front clip comes off, I go through it, I clean out my hinge pins, I clean out my bearings, make sure my bearings are good, make sure I don't need any new bearings. I just rebuilt these diffs at the track, so I know my diffs are good, so I'm not going to be tearing my diffs, but I will be tearing these out, going through bearings, cleaning up my hinge pins and everything like that, make sure everything's good to go. Alright, so as you can tell, I kind of like, I really didn't do a lot of talking in between, but I pretty much just did it more cinematically, kind of just like sped up through and like cleaning wise. But this here is like 90% simple green and like 10% water. I do not like to use a lot of water when working on my RC car. Just from talking with a lot of pros and stuff, they don't really soak their stuff in simple green. They like pretty much wipe it down, or they'll pull everything apart and clean everything individually. As you can tell, like I pulled my whole rear end apart, cleaned all my hinge pins, like went through my bearings, made sure my bearings were clean. If they're crunchy, I replaced them. And then what I do with my bearings is I'll get them, and I'll get all my bearings inside of a bottle, and then I'll get simple green with some water, and then I'll shake the bottle, try to get as much of that soot and stuff out of the bearing, and then re-oil them, and then I could use them again. But see, I went through my oil filter, always put it in the oil filter. I get all the oil off of it, you know, as much as I can. You don't want a bunch of oil on it. Cleaned, went through my clutch, replaced clutch bearings, cleaned my radio tray. A lot of this stuff is pretty mandatory maintenance. If you're running like a JBRL series, it's like once a month. So I'll do this before every period, every round, and then I only blow off my car at the track. That's it. Like, I'll just blow it off, and if I need to, I'll rebuild my shocks and clean them up. Other than that, I'd rather, when I'm cleaning this stuff, it's here. If I needed to replace plastics or whatever I need to replace, I have it and I can just replace it, and I take my spare parts with me to the track. But other than that, that's how I clean it. I use simple green and a rag, and I just wipe everything down. I really don't soak anything, and you shouldn't have to really soak it up too much. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments below. I will be leaving links to my motors, what servos I use, what switch I use, what battery I use for my D819, along with my splash guard here, you know, that I use. If you guys have any questions or want to know, my wings, I usually get my bearings. The bearings I use, I usually get my bearings from J&T Bearing Co. That's where I got my splash guard, and then I got my radio tray stiffener from there as well. And then all my bearings are from J&T Bearing Co. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I just hit 100 subscribers. I would like to get 1,000 subscribers. That's like my long-term goal. Hopefully before the end of the year, I can hit 1,000 subscribers. So please, if you can, just hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and like it. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. I appreciate it.